Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. I am Mary, and let me just clear the energy here before I get started. Okay, my question today is about mental health. There's been so much going on as with us as a collective in the last few years. And people have been locked into their homes. We all know what's been going on with the pandemic and that kind of thing. And I just want to know, as a collective, how is the mental health overall? How has it affected us? Even though some of us, some people may not realize that, how it's changed them. People are quick to get upset and do things that they wouldn't normally do. And I just want to check on the status of the world, the mental health of the citizens of this earth since that have been affected by the pandemic, and just in general, because it's changed a lot of lives. And I got the moon, the King of Swords, and the High Priestess that's come out. I'm thinking that people right now, they're not aware of how much it's affected them. Going to need a lot of leadership coming up in the future, and we have this queen of, or this High Priestess is saying that we're going to have to use our intuition and really check in, go within. But let me just see. Those fell out. So let's see, what else can you tell us, Spirit, about how this has affected the mental health of the people, as of the collective in general. Now, of course, this is in general, so for those of you who feel it hasn't affected you at all, then that's great. But this is just a general question, okay? All right. Let's see what we get here. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Empress, which is talking about abundance, a lot of something. So that would kind of give me the, I feel like maybe it's affected us pretty deeply, but let me lay out the cards here. Okay, we have the Emperor Judgment, the Eight of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Four of Pentacles, Hierophant, Queen of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Lovers. So, of course, yes, I'm getting a feeling that it has affected us pretty deeply here, for the most part. We have the Emperor here, which is, I'm thinking that people feel like they have been controlled in a sense. And we have quite a few major arcana, which gives me that yes, and then I have that eight of wands there. So let me just take a look here and see what else. People are thinking about the past and how things used to be in the past, and they want to know. People are trying to figure out how can they move forward, and things are going to be different, so people are going to have to figure out how to move on and realize that things are never going to be like they were, even though this is what people are wishing for and people are hoping for, is that things could get back to the way that they were in the past. But of course we know that that's not gonna happen. So with the Emperor here being so controlling, people want to move on and get back to the past. But like I said, that's not going to happen. So let's see. What else can I see here? So people have some decisions to make as far as where they want to go from here, how they want their lives to look now that things have changed. So there is some big major decisions that people have to take their time and decide what it is that how they want to see their lives now that and try to move past hoping that things will go back to the way that they were, because this is part of the mental anguish of everyone. Everyone wants to get back to the way that things were before, but of course we know that that's not going to happen. So there is some decisions that people need to make, maybe even seeing health professionals and that kind of thing to help them move forward and realize that life is not going to be the same, and maybe that they need to come up with different ways of living. Yeah. So, of course, like I said, the thing that's going to be weighing on people mostly is the fact that they want to go back to the way things were, and they're reminiscing about the way things were. But things are not going to go that way, and that's going to affect people, and that people do want to even move forward pretty quickly. For those who it has affected their mental health in a sense. They want to get things quickly moving back to the way that it was, but the thing is that they have to slow down and see things from a different perspective, and this will help mentally if people are looking at things from a different perspective, because overall, we're not going to be able to go back to the way it was. When this happened, this emperor stepped in and made a lot of changes. And I mean, that could even be, I'm looking at this as a person of power, but that could even be, this emperor here could even be the pandemic that came in and controlled everyone's lives. And now people are looking at this as, can we go back? Can we go back quickly? We want to go back. We want things the way they were. But people need to understand that they need to look at things from a different perspective, but they're trying to hold on to that, the way things were. But things will never be back to the way that it was. So it's leaving people pretty emotional, and they are, again, emotionally, they need to walk away. They need to turn their backs and walk away from this. So some people will be getting some unexpected news, or with this swords showing up here, the Page of Swords, messages about maybe they need to do something to control their emotions. Maybe they need to make a decision to talk to someone, or that kind of thing, or really get back into, or if they haven't tapped into more of their spirituality and get closer there to their selves, learn how to go within and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm seeing. Yes, it's definitely affected people. In the long run, it's going to be a lot of mental issues that are going to come up because people want to go back to where they were, and I have to say that even with people, they lost, a lot of people lost everything. If you had a small business, how could you survive with your doors closed for a year or two? You can't. It's like you have to start all over. So you can't really go back to where you were. So you have to let go. Whereas people are going to want to hang on, and they're going to want to, they might not be so willing to look at things in a different way. So yeah, I'm going to say yes, we are going to have a lot of mental issues popping up because of, we're going to wonder, well, what happened, but people it's like you have been kind of locked down, not kind of, we were locked down for 2 years. And so it's going to affect the mentality of the people, as a whole. Yep. So please let me know, guys, what you think about this reading, and if it's affected you or someone maybe people are, they're reaching out but not knowing how to do it, and they're going to need some mental help, and they're going to need, some understanding and that kind of thing because of the positions that people have been put in. So let me know in the comments what you think, and how do you feel about this? Has it affected you in some way? Maybe slightly, maybe not as much as others, but how are you feeling now that things are kind of opening up again, even though we're unsure about how the new variant is going to affect us, and that's another worry. But anyway, let me know what you think, and thank you so much, guys, for being here. Have a good evening.